Welcome, 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 beautiful hearts of light. I am so glad that you're here joining me today with my guest, SanRa. And we also have a channel of Archangel Gabriel later in this episode. Wow, look at that number 33 participants, include plus me and SanRa. What a sacred, beautiful number. What a beautiful, beautiful number of light. For me, that's confirmation. And just so that you know, when I cry, it's because my heart is opening wide and far, and it's a good thing. All right. There is a book of invocations from Patricia Diane Coto Robles, and it's called I Am Co-Creating the New Earth. So we're going to do an invocation as we start. And so you can close your eyes. Put your hand on your heart as we listen to this beautiful divine invocation. Beloved presence of God, I am within me and within all humanity. Beloved ascended masters, mighty cosmic beings, legions of light throughout infinity, and the great cosmic momentum of God's will for all life evolving on this planet. Come into action now. Blaze the full gathered cosmic momentum of God's will and God's divine plan for every man, woman, and child on this planet through the hearts and minds of every soul. Manifest now the full power of God's will in, through, and around the physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies of every person on earth. Manifest now the full power of God's will in, through, and around the physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies of every person on earth. Manifest now the full power of God's will in, through, and around the physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies of every person on earth. Blaze the power of God's will directly into all that opposes the dignity of women, men, children, and of the family of life. Transmute and dissolve forever the cause, core, effect, record, and memory of all behavior that is not reflecting God's will, oneness, and reverence for life. Replace every destructive behavior pattern with goodness, honor, reverence, and respect for the divinity within every man, woman, and child until the full expression of the I Am presence is made manifest within every soul. Great ascended host of light, I thank you for the fulfillment of the divine fiat, which I decree in the name of God, I am. Divine will is light. Divine will is love. Divine will is good. Divine will is grace. Divine will is peace. Divine will is purity. Divine will is balance. Divine will is health. Divine will is abundance. Divine will is kindness. Divine will is unity. Divine will is harmony. Divine will is perfection. Divine will is us. God, we are. Namaste. Thank you all for being here. We can feel those who entered in the chat, the heaviness that our hearts are sensing, are noticing. And we transmute, we transmute, we transmute, we release and let go, and we replace it with divine will. And if you're here, I know you're a Blu-ray. Blu-rays use the voice, song, or action to amplify divine will on the planet. That's why we came. So I thank you for watching and for you for receiving the loving transmission today to anchor peace, love, unity on our planet. This is a powerful group, and we thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to welcome SanRa. SanRa, you're like my go-to. And SanRa is a Lemurian sister, a fellow Blu-ray, and she is on a mission. She has been working with the Lemurian priestesses of 13, and she also channeled Dwal Kul, the Tibetan master DK, who is one of my guides, and I'm certain he's guides to all of us in many, many ways. So SanRa, thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your light, and thank you for sharing a message today for unity, for love, for peace. It's heavy, heavy, heavy. And as someone who, as a trained journalist, looks at the news for everyone, so you all don't have to, it still is a big burden to carry, but yet we can dump it. So can you share a message from DK or whoever wants to come through on peace, love, and unity? Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Loren. Thank you, everyone, for being here. There's something. First, I want to chant the Latte Now, which is the Lemurian chant of unity. We are one. So let me chant that, and everybody who knows it, or if you don't know it, sing along if you like, because it's simple. Latte na, latte na, latte na. Latte na, latte na, latte na. Latte na, latte na, latte na na. Latte na, latte na na. Latte na, latte na, latte na. Latte na, latte na, latte na. Latina, 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 na. Latina, Latina, na. Latina, Latina, Latina. Latina, Latina, Latina. Latina, 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 na. Latina, Latina, na. La la tena, 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 la la tena. La la tena, la la tena, la la tena. La la tena, la la tena, la la tena. La la tena, la la tena, la la tena. La la te na la la te na la la te na. La la te na la la te na la la te na. La la te na la la te na la la te na. La la te na. And I want to share, just yesterday, I had a group, and one of the priestesses, Lemurian priestesses, the one that's from Lyra, she shared this in the group. So I'm going to read it so I don't get it wrong, what she said. She said, "Never fear for your planet or those upon it. All is in order. As you hold the light and the love, as you hold the highest intentions of beauty and wonder and harmony, know this to be true, beloveds. Never fear for your planet or those upon it. All is in order as you hold the light and the love, as you hold the highest intentions of beauty and wonder and harmony. Know this to be true, beloveds. Never fear for your planet or those upon it. All is in order as you hold the light and the love, as you hold the highest intentions of beauty and wonder and harmony. Know this to be true, beloveds. Take that in. Even if we maybe don't understand how all is in order, let's trust that it is. And let's hold all of our highest intentions and our love and our light for our purpose in this time. Let's just sit with this for a minute, and then Dwal will speak. Good. Elevate our consciousness. Very good. Very good. Greetings to you, dearest one. I am Ascended Master Dwal at your service. I am very pleased and joyful to be with you, to assist you in knowing that you are all right, knowing that the earth is all right, knowing that all of your emotions, do you see, all of the challenges that you have at this time are not unfounded, dearest ones, and yet at the same time, let us transcend them. Let us assist you, dearest ones, for we as the masters and those of the cosmic beings, the angelic presence, you are not alone. The earth is not alone, dearest one. There is so much energy here for you, here for the earth, here for all life upon the planet. How things appear to be, what you are seeing, the actions of your many leaders that are not in the highest good, that does not need to be the reality of your life, you see, because you are transcending, you are holding your very light and love. You are remembering that you are wondrous beings of love and light, wondrous beings of love and light. You are beautiful and wondrous beings. And although you may feel the pulse, do you see, of the humans, of the planet, you are not that, dearest ones. You are not that. So allow your emotions to show you whatever they're showing you. Thank them, do you see? And then let them go so that you are then filled with compassion in your hearts for yourself. Yes, dearest ones. and for others, for all others, and for the earth. So you can be, in a way, stepping aside, stepping above, if you like, and holding the light. Is that not why you have come, beloved hearts? Yes, you have come to hold the light. You have come to hold the highest intention for all humankind, the highest intention for all life upon the planet, holding the highest intention for the earth itself. You are not, beloved ones, responsible for actions of anyone else. You are only responsible for your own wondrous being of light, joining with other beings of light to hold that highest frequency possible all together. That uplifts the earth and humanity, whether you can see it or not. It is happening. Please know this, dearest ones. Part of you are saying, oh, but look at what is happening on the world. Look at what is happening. Look at the wars. Look at this, look at that, whatever it may be. You see, dearest ones, you may notice those things, but do not live within them. Do not bring down your vibration so that you are part of that. Let us help you to uplift your vibration so you are part of the light and the love, so that you are inviting in your collective energy that each one of you and so many millions of others are part of. Do you see? You are then saying, let me step up in the very highest frequency that I can be, the very highest, and invite that lower frequency to be transmuted within yourself, dearest ones, and within all upon the planet. Dearest ones, you are the light of the planet. You are the love of the planet. You are the hope of the planet. You are the healing of the planet. This is you. So allow anything in you that feels that heaviness or that burden or that hopelessness, that despair, that rage, whatever you are feeling, yes, I acknowledge this, and I will not stay in it for very long. Do you see? This is important. Any emotion you have is fine. If you are not feeling good in that emotion, honor it and ask for some assistance so you can release it and move yourself up to the higher frequency and join with the others. Join with the human masters. Join with us as the earth masters. You see? Call upon us. Dwell Cool, Kuan Yin, Saint Germain, all of the masters, please assist me so that I can rise above any feelings that are unpleasant for me. Because if you do not feel, at least in some degree of peace or love, then, dearest one, you are not putting forth all that you are. Do you see? You have the most wondrous ability to be uplifted and to uplift. So allow yourself now. Allow us to help you uplift, just as a snake sheds its skin. Do you see, dearest ones? Let that be shed. All that you do not need, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, dearest ones, so that you can say, I am rising up in the highest frequency of my intention, in the highest purpose that I am here. You are able to be in that highest purpose. Yes, and allow us to help you now. Surrender to the process of rising above all that is not the essence of you and all that is not the highest essence upon earth. You can assist even more fully by rising above the fray, you might say, and being in the higher energies, and then allowing those very high frequencies to move into the people and the earth and the leaders. So then you can say, I am helping. I am allowing this beautiful love and light and harmony and beauty to then fill me. Allow this to fill yourself now, beloved hearts. So you can say, oh yes, I remember. I am here to be that love and light that is needed. I am here to flow that peace and harmony that is needed. And I allow that to come from me and through me. Now, beloveds, bring through the energy of all of the masters through your crown center as we move into you with our deep love and light. Into your third eye. Let this fill you and penetrate you, dearest ones. Let our wondrous love for you uplift you as it moves through your whole brain, your face, your throat chakra. Yes, feel the energy. Feel it, receive it. You are worthy of all this wondrous light and beauty and love. And our love for you is so immense, dearest ones. Our love for you is so immense. Bring this love into your higher heart and down your spine. Fill every cell with this great love, with this wondrous light. Allow it to move out your arms, your hands, into the earth. Yes, dearest ones, into the earth. And allow it to move into your solar plexus, down your spine, your entire body, every organ, every cell, every drop of fluid, every cell in your bones and your tissue. All of the fire in your being becomes now sacred. Feel it move into your sacral center. Yes, and down your spine all the way to the tailbone as you are filled with love and light and support, harmony and peace, all the way further into your root chakra. So you are grounding the essence of your own being and your very highest purpose. Dearest ones, you are wondrous beings of love and light. Say it. I am a wondrous being of love and light. And I feel that wonder flow down my legs and my knees into my feet, and I allow it to move through my feet, through the earth star into the earth, and allow it to move around so it is touching all of the other humans, the light masters. So you are not alone, dearest ones. You are one with all that is. I am one with all that is. I am one. Again, I am a wondrous being of love and light. I flow with peace and harmony. I am one. Our deepest love to you, dearest ones. Our many, many, many blessings be upon you always. We are with you. Call upon us, dearest ones. Namaste. I just love Cool. I just love him. Thank
Oh,
you, DK.
thank you. Thank you,
Mm.
DK. Thank you. I love Dwalku. He's one of my main guides. And I just love the message. And SanRa, the latte na, I was singing with it. I didn't want to disturb the broadcast, but someday I will sing with you. We will all sing with you.
We can
That
all sing.
that brought up so much energy, so much grief within me
Oh,
that it
to
was
release.
highly purifying. Oh my God, we should
Oh,
be
good.
singing and humming Latte Na, and I do for over a decade now, Sanra.
Hmm. Mm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thank you for taking time out of your day. I know you need to jump off and tend to a session.
Hmm.
And
But
so,
Loren, thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for having the group. People need the upliftment and to know that we are not alone, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And thank you, everyone. Latte na.
Latte na, latte na, latte na. Thank you, DK, the priestesses, and Sanra. Thank you so
Mm.
much.
Hmm. Namaste.
Namaste. Wow. So I would love now to do another affirmation before we bring on Peter Hansen, who's in the house. Peter, too, has made space in his busy calendar between sessions to join us today. And again, I usually this is a special episode of Quantum Conversations because it's needed. It's needed. Earlier this week, I was sitting and as I watch, as a trained journalist, I am wired to watch the news so that you don't have to. And as I was doing that, I was like, how can we just continue and go on? How do we just go on as if nothing's happening? How do we just turn the other cheek? It feels like we've been doing that. Well, this is an answer for all of us to return to this essence. um, surrender to the rising above, surrender to rising above all that is not your essence. That's the message from DK. Hold the highest intentions of love. Never fear for your planet or those upon it. That is medicine for our soul at this point, and empowering when we do choose to look at things that are seemingly chaotic. I'm going to invoke now, again, from the I Am Co-Creating New Earth Book of Invocations from Patricia Diane Coda-Robles and the Era of Peace. And when this says God, we mean universal consciousness, God, source, all that is. It is not organized religion. Thank you for making that point to someone who mentioned that. So every I am presence affirm with me now. I am a universal force field of transfiguring divine love. The love of God, source consciousness, is now thriving on earth through me and the heart flames of every person evolving on earth. The flaming heart of divine love that is now encapsulating the earth is transfiguring into light. Every frequency of energy, vibration, and consciousness that is less than God's divine love. I am selflessly paving the way for the new earth. I am joining forces with dedicated light workers around the world who are selflessly serving the light. The I am presence of every soul is permanently setting this earth on a planetary course of divine love right here and right now. And so it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, we are. Thank you. And so now I would like Peter to be introduced. Peter is another person who is helping to self-regulate our energy systems, our nervous systems. Peter, welcome. Thank you for being here. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I just caught the last 5 minutes. It looks wonderful and amazing, everything you guys are doing, and there's a good group, wonderful, energetic group here today. I feel it very strong. So before we continue, I know you want to introduce me and everything. I just want to ask for permission. Do you have your permission to energy melt and connect with your higher self? I'm asking you as the standing for the group, so to speak.
For the group, I am hearing the group say a resounding yes.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm just going to bring in the Legion of Angels. I'm asking them to remove any wandering spirits, anything that's not of the light from your energy field, from your homes, city, state, country, this planet, from all timelines, all parallel realities and all dimensions. Just clearing the space and slowly and gently energy melting with your higher selves in the unified field of consciousness, where we bring in the archangels and your higher self as well, and connecting deeply as a group and as a unified field of consciousness, a container of intelligence and consciousness and frequency. So navigating through our spiritual bodies, our light bodies. Thank you for the permission.
Oh, thank you. All right. And so you're constantly in channel mode, and often it's going to seem like we're having a conversation, but you really are bringing forward frequencies. And so I want to share a few of the frequencies as we begin. I'm highly suspecting that some of these dense energies have shifted out of us, and now I invite anyone else in our group, this beautiful group of light that we have. If you are wishing to transmute, transfigure, dilute, get rid of any dense energy, emotions, drop it into the chat. And as you do, it's a ceremonious release of energy dropped into our chat, which is like a big ocean basin that will carry that energy out like low tide, sweeping out all the gunk. And if you've ever gone swimming at low tide in a bay, there's a lot of gunk in there. So treat this like the gunk, all this gunk within us. Feel free to put that in the chat message, and it will dissipate. It will leave in the frequencies of today's session. Some have said they're disconnected from self. And I can say that is easy to do. That's what fear does. So we're here to transmute all fear. We're here to surrender to rising above all fear. As Dwal Kul said, we rise above fear into this essence of ourself. And so, Peter, you and Archangel Gabriel are always taking a higher perspective look at what's going on the planet and never engaging in it the way that our ego minds do. So I want to have you speak on that. And as you do, I'm going to seed some of the negative emotions that may be coming up in our chat. And I'm going to go quickly. And remember, do not attach to any of this. Do not take it in. Let it go. We are releasing this energy as we speak it. So if you feel this in your body anywhere or in your psyche anywhere, you let it go, like we're dropping it into the low tide of the ocean and it's being swept right away. So another person says, Dawn says, allowing outdated emotions to be transmuted into joy. Yeah. Another comment, total system nervous chaos and frustration is affecting illness. Letting go of the emotions of those for whom I do caregiving. That's powerful work. Relaxing to receive in full faith and trust. Transmuting heavy energies consciously for myself and our collective. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, as a collective, we are going through a transformation, a transmutation, of our consciousness, and hitting this wave of unconsciousness, so to speak, and becoming brutally aware of its existence a lot of times, and being inundated in impulses and energetic programming from all sides. It's like it's extreme right now, but it has an old pattern. It is not really new. It's just it becomes louder and louder the more conscious we become as we're transitioning. So we might have been oblivious to it before, where we just freely gave our powers away, and this is what's coming up here in the collective at the moment. What we're experiencing on a mass scale right now is that there's a transformation happening where people, all of us, are navigating it in a much more conscious way, where we realizing that we are, you can say, partly to blame, but what that means is that what are we allowing into our vibration, our body, our field, because that is up to us, and that dictates our reality. So the more we allow outside influence to programs, because in essence, it is a circus. I know that sounds very naive, maybe for some, immature maybe even, but really it is serving one specific purpose, to distract people and pull them further away from their inner truth and empowerment, as a part of the mastery class that we all are in, as being source, experiencing ourselves. So everybody's going to be experiencing this individually differently, some logically, some intuitively, some emotionally, all of it in a big mixturing pot. Point being at, yes, there is things happening. There's also a timeline that's connected with. There's a frequency. There's a dimension, a vibrational dimension that represents. As we are navigating our way to a higher embodied state within, then our truth is shifting. So the truth that we engage with and we embodied as being a part of, let's say, the third dimension, and a society that was fed from a certain hierarchy and controlled by that, and then we are expanding within, so then our truth is shifting. So then we don't willingly allow our powers to be sucked out and taken away, and following blindly something that we don't even know what is, which is trying to chase something that's outside of the now. That as that's becoming more and more present, and much more, conscious within the individual, as we're experiencing and observing ourselves, but also the world and our influence on the world, is that we learn that little by little, by engaging, but also by empowering and taking our power back, then we set the tone for what our reality reflect back to us. So in other words, is that people can live on the same earth in the third and the fourth, the fifth dimension, and having polar opposite experiences. One sees that the old system is collapsing, other ones might see this as the end of the world, other one might see that this is a big breakthrough. There's a multiple of experiences and explanations, so to speak, and they're all true. But as individuals, we have a choice. What are we allowing and what are we tuning our frequency tuner to? And not being fully aware of what is actually accessible and what we are capable of, through a consciousness programming for such a long time, and just being inundated in conflicting thoughts and dualistic stories, so to speak, with the pure intent of doing just that, as we're starting to realize that, that's when we start to take a step back and we start to realize that, I don't have to be, that doesn't have to be a part of my reality any longer. It's not spiritually bypassing. It's not about ignoring and hiding from anything bad going on necessarily, but it's being brutally conscious about it, because then we see it from a vibrational standpoint versus the logical, linear, human separated standpoint that operates in fear, operates in right and wrong, operates in a belief system that we are not a power source of our own, we're not source energy if we're in that field, realizing that we are quite the opposite, and we are source expressing itself and experiencing itself through us, each one of us individually, then everything shifts and it turns the tide. So as a polar shift, we start to see things differently. We start to communicate and navigate ourselves differently, and then we start to see there's a shift happening. Also, we become less triggered by outside influences, because we see it for the vibration that it represents. We don't see it through the logical mind, we see it through the heart. And that's what we're going through this year specifically. There's a big heart opening. The bridge is through our heart into New Earth. And that is opening up in a massive way that many more of us are now experiencing on a daily basis. And that's really assisting in making this quantum leap for humanity. And that is also why it's getting busy out there, because the old system does not want that change. So it's tuning up all the volume everywhere, and it's just pivoting from here to there. When we see through it, we also see that there's a collapse happening, obviously, but there's also old systems still being fed. But in essence, it's like by engaging the old system, engaging in this process of trying to hold a conscious civilization back, they are being exposed to consciousness and light. So little by little, that penetrates that old defense they had, or that program represented. And that's where we then see that it starts to turn on itself, that it's exposing itself. There's disclosures happening, there's key people being removed and so forth. It is, again, a circus. It's a big play, we can call it that. And I know, please, I honor anyone that's affected by that, obviously. It's important to allow ourselves to see it from multiple perspectives, and that really allows us to then shift our inner beliefs and then create something different, what we actually engage with, because there's a world full of loving, beautiful souls that want unity and love. There's also a unconscious world. We decide what world we want to be in, and that sounds easy if we are trapped in a way or in a place where we can't see our way out because of the noise. So that's the key here, is to then go within, and shift and then navigate our way, because then quantum leaping and then also seeing portals and also positioning ourselves in ways that allows us to shift our frequency then becomes accessible. So there's deep restructuring happening across the board right now. It is uncomfortable for most because of all the noise, but there's an underlying deeper heart coherence that can't be denied, that in spite of what's going on, there's a feeling in many of us that that feels that actually this is serving. I'm not sure how, but it is. And it's that feeling, that is that golden thread, that is the life force energy that's being accessed. So then by doing that, we are taking the power away from feeding the old system. So that is how that revolution is actually exponentially expanding and accelerating, because it's not out there, it's within. So it's that we're shifting our engagement. We're not giving willingly our energy away any longer, being oblivious to our own presence and our own knowledge, our own wisdom, our own responsibility, so to speak, because it really comes back to us becoming self-realized. And this is assisting us in shifting our perspective and then take a step back and choose a different direction. And that in itself is setting a shockwave out through our reality, because really, in essence, you are the master of your universe. What you believe is what's going to be your truth, and is also going to be reflected in your reality, because that's the frequency that's being transmitted out. So by changing that belief, then we are transmitting something else out as a different frequency that's more acceptable or accessible to change. So it sees the value in everything that's happening, and it also sees that it's not like an end all. It's like it's a transformation into a restructuring. It's kind of collapsing the old and creating a new foundation. And it's through us and our inner work that we partake and participate in that process. It's so important that we, whatever we put on our canvas, that is up to us how long it will take. So the sooner we start to shift and take a step back and kind of see what's going on right around me, because that is the true picture of your reality at the moment. It's easy to project a movie telling us, a news, I say movie, because it's not all true, to tell us what's going on without being, not that we need to be convinced of it or feel it physically, personally, but it affects us vibrationally if we allow it to. So then that's where we have to eventually step up and say, you know, I don't believe that to be true. Not, I guess, again, negating, but then shifting is like feel the vibrational, navigating it vibrationally, see the world through your vibration, because that won't lie to you. Your eyes and your ears and our programmed minds will. So that's the transitioning that's happening right now, we're experiencing. And I hope this is settling well with everybody, because there's so much expansion happening, and it's like we're not navigating it from right and wrong, we're navigating it from infinite possibilities. And that is the big change, coming from a dualistic society and coming into a unified field of consciousness, where we see and we respect and we vibrate in the frequency of unity, of oneness, where we start to see ourselves in others. We see whatever that's being drawn towards us, frequency-wise, energy-wise, material-wise, that is something that we actually placed there. Otherwise, if we didn't believe it to exist, then it wouldn't exist. So it's a multidimensional view that we now are entering, where everything before was like yours, mine, his, her, hers, like all operating in separation, and there was a whole system that kept that in place. That is what's falling apart now. So our identity with that old self is going through a death and a rebirth, and that's the rising of the phoenix, so to speak, as well. The year of the fire horse. We are going through that transmutation. We are coming out of the caterpillar into the butterfly stage. We are shifting. We are allowing. We are lifting. We are vibrationally levitating, so to speak. Taking that accountability, that is really the key. Not waiting for somebody else to show us, not waiting for somebody else to give us permission, not waiting for somebody else to tell us. It's really, really important, is that taking responsibility and accountability, because when we do, then we can also change it then we become self-sufficient, we become powerful again, and nobody will then be able to manipulate us the same way if we're operating from love, and we're operating from what we believe that would be correct or best for the whole. And that seems very backwards from the logical mind, the way that interact with the world, because that fights. It's like it jumps to the fire, it runs to the fire. It's like it jumps into the fire, basically. This is the opposite of that. It's just it quantum leaps into a vibration where the fire never existed. And that comes back to some famous channelers out there, I believe, like Bashar, mentioning too how we can, it's not his exclusively obviously, but that we can change the past and the future, where simply the new version of us never had that problem, never had that news, never had that experience. If we fully allow ourselves to transmute and quantum leap into that reality where we are fully self-sufficient and self-realized, and taking accountability, and vibrate in a state, in a loving state, towards others and towards ourselves, then we don't need those experiences any longer. And obviously there's many angles to see this from at the moment, because there's so much noise, and that is because there's this transformation happening. Then everything is getting magnified because the old does not want, and I say it, but that's a part of our mission and our purpose and our script, so to speak, as well, is that we disconnected from source, and now we're regaining access back to it and experiencing what it is to go through each level as the mastery tool, as a mastery experience, as we graduate, so to speak, as souls for the next level, so to speak. So there's a lot going on, there's a lot on our plates, but it's up to us as make it as simple as we allow ourselves to. If we inundate ourselves in everybody else's opinions and all the channels and all, then it's going to continue to be very overwhelming. So it's about taking a step back, and then what am I allowing into my field? Taking your power back, and then nurture your relationship with your soul self first. It's like you have to put your mask on before you help somebody else. The oxygen mask, that is so true in this case. Like we can't focus so much on the outside unless we take accountability for the inside. So taking that power back and shift our belief systems and show up differently, and also see, what do I have to deal with? What is today, in today's age, what feels right to me? If it doesn't feel right, then disengage for it and let it go. Don't engage with it. Don't try to convince it. Don't try to fix it, because that's would just be feeding that old energy. And what feels true and feels expansive to you, or feels like, despite of everything, actually this and this and this and this is going right. Shift your frequency into that. That is how this revolution, this is how this transformation accelerates. This is how we individually will experience it differently. So that is really, really that hands-on tool that is really up to us when we are ready. There will come a time, they say, or we've seen that in the past, where if we resist, then a 4x4 will force us it could be sickness, it could be catching a cold, it could just be extremely tired for a while, because your body simply just you can't run on that logic anymore. It's like your higher self will step in and then just kind of put you to sleep, because these frequencies that's continuously shifting universally, Earth is vibrating in a different frequency, the collective is shifting into a different frequency. Anyone and everyone on Earth right now, either consciously or unconsciously, will have to shift. Otherwise, the body will not be able to survive, because we can't be that inner resistance any longer. There can't be that tug of war any longer at a certain point. Of course, it's been calculated into this transformation, into this transitioning. That there will be a transitioning period. So it's giving up the fight. It's letting go of the resistance from within. It's about seeking peace, seeking unity, seeking love, which is the core essence of every cell in our bodies, of the unified field, of our DNA, our blueprint, the sacred geometry, source, love, how we all connected, how the whole thing is connected. So by honoring that, then it becomes simple, because then we're not trying to get to somewhere, we're not fighting it, we're not separating our mind, ourselves continuously again and again and again and again. We're doing the quite opposite of that, and we're unifying.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. Very well said. There's a comment that says we are in control to how we react to what's happening around us. Thank you for that. Yes, that's a really that's a very good, important, potent message. We need to take responsibility for a responsibility and accountability for how we are feeling. And so I thank you for that message, Peter, through Archangel Gabriel. Um, and one of the things as we went through the eclipse window, isn't this interesting that this is all happening in a very potent time astrologically? And so as we become more discerning, right, and take responsibility and accountability, it's really important for us to look at what is triggering us within this energy. And so for me, I'm going to share my personal story, and hopefully this is going to help others. And I want to just drop something in the chat right now. If you like the work and the channeling from Peter, Peter does personal sessions, and there's a personal session that you have an opportunity to do with Peter. That's in the chat box if you're interested in working with Peter. Thank you for that, Peter. I wanted to say that when I got angry. I got angry. Who else got angry? Did anyone else get angry? I got angry. I get angry when I see the earth being bombed. I get angry as other people do and see this, I'm getting caught into it. We have to live on this earth, but not within it. And so that anger made me take a pause. And when I did take a pause, we've been doing this for so long. We know there's something within us. If we're being triggered, we got to go find that trigger. We got to go trace that trigger. And for me, this was really interesting. It's interesting to see this perspective of how I can see that anger, something out there, something over there, but yet when I find it within, it's simply because of, for me personally, my childhood and a father figure. A father figure. This all came down to a father figure for me. And this has actually been a big lesson that I've been going through on multiple levels. So we heal that. We don't need to go too much into what that was. Like now I want to go to my sister and say, okay, what happened here? But there's no need to go too deeply into that, because our awareness of something happened or whatever that was, it's an awareness of the energy. And so the awareness of that energy within us can then be released because we're no longer acting it out. So my anger that I had, and I'm still working on this, this is not done in the very least, but the anger that I had that I was projecting onto the world situation, actually, you know, I it's from this internal thing, and I don't need to know exactly what happened, but something happened. But can I love it? Can I love it? And so I just go into that essence of pure love. We are infinite love. We are always infinite love. Everything else is just a distraction. Fear is an illusion. And so I hope that this helps everyone going through this. If you are feeling any doubt, if you are feeling the pain of the world, where is that within us? The world's problems are seemingly getting bigger if we let them, because years ago it was fracking, and that's still going on. But is my reaction the same way? Not necessarily, because I clean that up. And I just want to say that our love influences. Our love does influence. Now, we're here on this earth realm right now. Many of us came in through Lemuria, where we allowed the laggards to come in. And I remember being part of that great council of being part of a group that approached the great council of light to bring the laggards in, to say they are not going to make this ascension of our solar system 10, 12,000 years ago. So we said we would want them to come to our planet. We allow them in so that their frequency can be influenced by our frequency of infinite love. However, we know how that happened. We fell from grace. We went into separation mode. We believed that we two were separate. And so now we are working 10,000, 12,000, 14,000 years later to re-establish this frequency. It's like we're working backwards. So now we are raising this vibration. We've moved so far away from love that that's all that there is. And how boring would it be to just be all love? So we did choose this for this time. No matter how many lifetimes we've had, we chose to be here at this time, in this moment, believe it or not, to anchor our true essence in this moment. And that may seem like a pie in the sky or a Pollyanna attitude, but we came here for this moment. So this inner work that we take upon ourselves, this discernment of ourselves, this is because we are doing a cleanup job of our energy, a cleanup job of our trust, a cleanup job to prove that we are one, that we are part of the oneness. And so when we end today's program, I have a very special gift for you guys. It is a Blu-ray authentic voice activation, because all of us are Blu-rays. I know all of us are Blu-rays. We're many rays, we're all the rays, but I can hear all of your voices and I'll be like, yep, you're a Blu-ray. And again, that is working to amplify and share divine will, universal consciousness, divine will, God's source, divine will on the planet. And so we're going to end with that meditation to empower you to stand in your voice of love and of light. And it's an activation for you to use the tone of your heart. And the tone of your heart is a very soft tone, and it's a love tone. And you can close your eyes and you can hum to move your hand on your chest, and that connects you to your heart light. And you can speak from there, and you can speak from love, through love, and with love. And I can promise you that you will be heard in this instance when you speak through love with your voice tone. So with that, your authentic Blu-ray voice will close in a meditation. But right now, I would like to do another invocation. It's a call for divine governance. So please take this into your heart and hear these beautiful words. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the I am presence of all humanity. I invoke the great beings of light associated with divine government to this planet, and I invoke the beloved ascended masters guarding the evolutions of Earth. Blessed ones, blaze the sacred fires of God's perfect will and divine illumination in, through, and around every person involved with the governments of Earth at national, state, local, and global levels. Blaze the sacred fires of God's will and divine illumination in, through, and around the electorate and governmental office and officials in all nations. Let them feel and tangibly experience the power, wisdom, and love nature of our Father, Mother, God flowing through them as they elect their governments and vote on all issues before them. Seal this activity of light in the cosmic threefold flame anchored within the hearts of all humanity. Expand this light daily and hourly 1,000 times, 1,000-fold. Victory is ours in love, governing this planet. Victory is ours in love, governing this planet. Victory is ours in love, governing this planet. And so it is, beloved, I am that I am. I hope that you are feeling a frequency uplift, an energetic upgrade, a shift to your true essence. You are welcome to return to your heart in every moment of despair, of grief, of sadness, and let your love flow. There's a song, Let Your Love Flow. It's time to let our love flow freely and to see love in everyone. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for transmuting with us today. Thank you, Peter, for being here. Thank you, all hearts, for being here. And now I leave you with an activation. Again, this activation is for your voice of love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here and shining your light. Here is this frequency activation. It's about 15 minutes. There we go. This activation, it's a Blu-ray voice activation. This activation, it's a Blu-ray voice activation. Congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself for the love that you've brought forward in your voice today. Your voice begins in the heart. It always has. So now settle back and close your eyes and take that breath. Hold the breath softly as long as you can. And softly release it with a sigh through the mouth. Through all of this, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your throat and feel the scalar energy emitting from your palms. This is you completing the circuit of your heart. Your heart radiates love, but with one heart on your throat and one hand on your heart, you are closing this circuit of love, giving yourself permission and empowerment to always share your voice. Imagine a warm light circling under your hand on your heart. It's spinning and expanding in your chest. Feel this energy. This is your heart. And feel this energy and this warm light expanding gently to your throat. Feel this energetic shift. You may notice that it's clearing energy. Maybe you have energy moving through your throat right now. Maybe you're clearing hesitation or any resistance in speaking your voice. Now I want you to hum softly. Mm, mm. Move your vocal cords, feeling the vibration awakening your voice. Mm, mm. It can be any musical note or tone, allowing one sound to emerge. It's not chosen, it's not selected, but it's discovered by you. This is your authentic hum. Don't judge it. Vocalize. I'm going to give you a moment. If you wish to tone, you can change this hum into a tone. Send your heart light in to the sound of the hum or the tone and feel it. Feel it. Beloved one, this is your frequency, here to be heard on our planet, softly and clearly. This voice has always lived within you. You incarnated with this voice to share it in all ways of love. As you continue humming, moving the vocal cords softly, continue humming and imagine above you a radiant sapphire light. Feel it. This is a spark of you and your Blu-ray essence. The frequency of truth expressed through love. Your love for humanity, your love for self. See this radiant sapphire light gently coming down through your crown, through the pineal gland. Feel it, feel it. And now feel it in the throat. Notice it. This is Blu-ray energy. And find this Blu-ray sapphire light settling into your heart. This light is activating your voice. Your voice moves with love, not force, not fear, not anger, love. In all situations, you arrive in love. I want you to emit another hum feeling the Blu-ray sapphire light moving with your hum. Hum in your tone. Your voice is free with the Blu-ray light. And so repeat this silently or aloud. My voice is truth. My voice is love. My voice is needed on planet Earth. My voice is love. My voice is heard. Love is always heard. Now, imagine your voice in a hum, and in every word that you speak, imagine it becoming threads of blue light, weaving across humanity, calming fear, restoring connection to one's heart. Your voice reconnects one to their heart. And remind others that they are safe to be real, to be authentic. Take another hum. Vibrate that sapphire blue light in your heart and throat. And really feel how your voice is not separate from you. It is your soul. It is your heart. It is the Blu-ray light of love and divine will. You, as a Blu-ray, are here to support and amplify divine will. Feel how your voice belongs to the living field of humanity. And say this affirmation one final time. I speak from my heart. I listen with love. My voice builds bridges. I speak from my heart. I listen with love. My voice builds bridges. I speak from my heart. I listen with love. My voice builds bridges. Now take a deep inhale, beloved heart. The authentic voice is not something that you are here to achieve. It's simply something you allow. And today, Beautiful hearts, you've allowed yourself to be heard. First, by your own heart. You'll never forget this. Only amplify it and grow a stronger connection with every word you speak, consciously and even unconsciously. You are the voice of love. Notice who you are right now. This version of you is always available. The key is to return to your breath and your heart. Thank you, Blu-ray, for being here. May you leave today remembering that your voice is something you never have to earn. You don't have to develop it. It's only something that you were waiting to feel safe enough to share. You are safe, and now you are free. May your voice be gentle when gentleness is needed, clear when truth is needed, and loving always in all ways. Take a final deep breath in, beautiful heart. And when you're ready, give yourself a final hum, feeling that Blu-ray connection. And you can open your eyes. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, adding your heart light to our sacred container. I feel 180 degrees different, 360 degrees different, totally lifted. I hope you are feeling it too, beautiful heart. This is our essence. And from here, aligned, we move forward on our planet. Share your love, share your joy, share your heart, always, in all ways. I love you so much. Thank you again. Namaste. Bye-bye.